like for someone like me, who is late 30s now, and I remember like sort of being early to mid 20s, where I was literally kind of like pondering which way to take my career. And I was in something that I had my heart set on. I was personal trainer at the time, so I knew what I wanted to do, but I knew I had bigger ambitions than that. And it became, at that point in time, sort of, 12, 14 years ago, something like that, it kind of became a buzzword to do professional development. And like it hooked me straight away. It was like, I'm just trying to self-develop myself and professional develop myself. And I kind of got into this habit of like going down rabbit holes of like learning and different things. But I was always like sort of scouting around in the dark for stuff, because at that point in time, all the stuff that I needed was kind of like a bit unknown, really. Like if we looked at it now, and I was starting now, literally all the information we ever need is literally at our fingertips. We can go on YouTube, we can go on ChatGPT, we can go on Google, it's all there. So information actually, in my eyes, has become a bit more worthless, in a sense, because it's so available to us. And that's where I think the impact that someone like you does, like having spoken to you a little bit about it, is that you're taking essentially, 18-year-olds?
Yeah, well, we start at 16. We can go all the way up, basically, right into adulthood.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of what we offer. There will always be something for everyone.
Yeah.
We do vocational courses. I'm not going to lie, we're not an A-level college. We've got other colleges locally.
That's amazing to me, because you can literally take someone from 16 years old. When I think about it, like when I left school at 16, I had no idea what I was doing. And I went to that college, and then by the end of the college, even though I didn't end up doing what I studied for them couple of years, in the long term, it really shaped the way I sort of learned stuff, actually. When I did get into the professional development side of it, it kind of like helped me with the learning process rather than the subject matter itself. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. So how many 16-year-olds do know what they want to do? Very few. Very few.
Yeah.
And we always say, just do what you love. Pick something that you love, and a career will form.
What would you do? What would you do if you didn't get paid for it? Is that the kind of thing you're thinking of?
Yeah. It's think about your hobbies.
With content. Sorry to interject. With content now, I would do content without being paid for it. Yeah. And like, I love doing this podcast. I love speaking to people. I'd probably do it if I had another job. Yeah. Just because I love it. Probably not on this level, but
I do personal development with young people without being paid for it. I was round at my friend's house last night with her son, who doesn't have a clue what he wants to do.
So in your process, what does self-development, so if I've got a 16-year-old who wants to start college, or like wants to find his way in the world, even 18, even 21, even someone late 30s, late 20s, 30s like we are, or like I am.
Yeah. Thanks for that. I'll take that all day long.
Age is a state of mind.
I know.
What's the process going from like starting out, that kid that you mentioned, like what's the process going from like starting out to actually like developing them?
So we start with almost like a self-assessment process. So every learner goes through their starting point. So if you're 16 to 18, you'll get one of my team, which is a pastoral coach, that will be dedicated just to you, and you will have that person during your career with us at the college. They will work with you to identify what your strengths are, as well as your areas for development. So we don't just focus on areas for development, we build on strengths. We do an assets-based approach. So we'll say, what are you fantastic at? Are you great at problem solving? Are you great at being creative? And we'll build on those strengths to help them get over whatever barriers they might have. So we'll do the starting point, and those pastoral coaches will check in with them. They'll be seeing them every single week, and every single learner who are aged 16 to 18 automatically gets a one-to-one at least 4 times a year. So they'll have a one-to-one meeting with their coach 4 times a year, and that allows them to develop as people. But also within the curriculum, our curriculum staff have to focus on what we call KSB, and KSB is knowledge, skills and behaviours. So they're not just building their knowledge around the actual subject, it's skills and behaviours that they'll be able to take forward into the world of work whatever they go into.
Yeah.
So skills around team working, how to communicate effectively, how to write a report. A lot of young people now are missing those key skills in terms of writing because everything's text or touchscreen. So we build in reading and writing skills still so that they've still got that. And then the behaviours are time management, being present, listening skills, those certain behaviours, professional behaviours, so that we're developing them as individuals. So we do a tutorial system called Thrive Tutorial for our 16 to 18, and it's grouped. So the first term they spend learning study skills for how to be effective in college. Very different to school. Very, very different to school. It's a lot more independent learning and learning about a subject that they've chosen to do. All of our students have chosen to come to us, so we've got the privilege of being able to educate them. Then after term 2, we go into careers and have a real career focus. We do psychometric testing, map into careers, making sure they're on the right pathway. And then in the final term, I call it the adulting term or the citizenship term if Ofsted were around, but how to be an adult. So it's things like how to open a bank account, how to read your wage slip. How many of us have started a job and gone, what on earth does that mean? So teaching them what a wage slip is.
I remember my mum taking me when I was about 15 to like open my first bank account, and she'd teach me how to use the card and stuff. That's stuff that wasn't taught in any curriculum.
And it's not taught. And unfortunately, the Wirral is quite a deprived area of the UK, and a lot of our young people that come to us have got parents who haven't got bank accounts or who've never been to the world of work, or so they're not exposed to that. So we've almost got a duty to show them how to do it. And if they know how to do it, that's brilliant because we can use them as peer mentors to help their fellow learners, their fellow colleagues.
So good.
And then for our adults, because they don't have that process. So a lot of our adults will have support from our health and wellbeing team. We've got a dedicated wellbeing advisor for our adults, but we also signpost them a lot to a lot of external support that they can access. We're in the process of building an app at the moment called WMC Connected, that's going to be an app accessible for all of our adults free of charge for them. They'll be able to access it, and it'll have all the things that they need locally because some of them just don't know where things are. And it can be anything from my kid needs a school uniform and I can't afford it, right up to how do I actually get promoted in my job.
I love that.
And then our HA provision is flying as well, and then we've got our apprentices as well, and we offer similar thing through the apprenticeships as well.
It's so good because we live in an age now where people are a bit like I blame COVID a little bit.
Yeah.
Like I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm not at all. I'm not at all. But you got these people who when we were young, take the COVID jab as an example.
Yeah.
When we were young, getting a vaccination was like the norm.
Yeah, you just did it.
Everyone just did it. Yeah. Now it's like everyone's scared of it. Everyone's got a conspiracy about everything, and there's definitely a conception about the schooling system that is getting a bit dated. So when I speak to people like you, it's actually quite refreshing to hear somewhere like Wirral Met College is doing such great stuff to help these people because, like you say, these people, and I've come across it myself. I've done work at the Hive in Birkenhead, and these kids essentially have got nothing to really cling on to.
No.